Hi, I'm Brett Tabke, and this is WebmasterWorld Weekly this week.
Weekly update, and I'm Vanessa Zamora. Hi.
Hi, thanks for joining us this week. This week we're going to look a little bit across the industry, a bit more industry news than we've done in the past.
Yep.
So thanks for joining us. What do we got this week, Vanessa?
This week we're going to talk about the Facebook F8 Developer Conference that went on in San Francisco. Microsoft Live Search's expanded partnership with Facebook. The truce, finally, between Yahoo and Carl Icahn, thankfully. And we're going to touch on a little bit of a controversial topic with regards to privacy that happened this week. And then we're going to give you some Google updates.
Excellent, excellent. What do you want to start with first here? Facebook or Microsoft or?
Let's talk about Facebook.
The Developers Conference, that's right. They introduced their Facebook Connect, kind of their answer to OpenID and cross-platform compatibility, being able to take your data with you wherever you go across the internet.
The idea seems like a great one. It's just everything that you have to figure out in between. There's a lot of privacy issues there. There's a lot of who's going to hold the information. And I think there's a little bit of a struggle between, I guess, on one end you've got OpenID with MySpace and Google. On the other end now you have Facebook that's trying to take the reign. So,
and it's for users, it's tough to figure out what you should do. Should you have one? Should you have them all? And as marketers, we got to have them all. So, something to watch and stay tuned into.
Yep.
Also, just after the conference, they announced new agreement extension between Microsoft and Facebook. Facebook is going to feature Microsoft search results and search advertising. Well, the actual specifics of how that's going to work, not clear.
Yeah.
What type of searches, where these searches are going to take place, and how much volume will be there. But as marketers, we welcome any expansion of Microsoft and Yahoo.
Definitely.
So.
No, it's a great thing for Microsoft, I think, in lieu of the whole Yahoo thing now on the back burner.
Right.
They're trying to take some more initiative and get out there, and so Facebook obviously is a huge win for them.
And this is just an extension of their previous agreement that Microsoft put graphical banner ads on Facebook.
Yeah.
Microsoft did. So.
Yes, definitely. So. Well, in a turn of events that happened this week, we've heard a whole bunch of Yahoo and Carl fighting in the news, and they finally came to a truce.
Yep. Carl's going to be on the board now, plus two others from his camp on the Yahoo board. Seems like this might put an end to it.
For now.
Well, yeah. It looks like any possibility of a deal between Yahoo and Microsoft is done. And
for now.
Right. No, I think it's really over this time with Carl being on the board. Carl's going to kick him in the pants, so he's really going to light a fire under their financial responsibility here.
Where do you see him taking this?
He's going to clean some house.
Yeah.
He's going to help clean some house, and
as much as they've already cleaned house for themselves, I guess you could say. That's
true, but Yahoo's got to perform now.
Yeah.
They've had quite a few bad quarters in a row, and there's not necessarily a lot of excuse for it. They've had opportunities, they've missed them, and their introduced products have fallen flat. They haven't stood behind them, it doesn't seem like. And Carl, he's a take no prisoners kind of guy, so I think ultimately it's good for Yahoo financially. We'll see how it is for the users 6 months to a year down the road.
Sure.
But there's sure to be fireworks at the board meeting next month. So.
Should be fun.
Stockholders meeting.
Interesting.
So,
for Yahoo. Let's see what happens with that.
When you sign up for a conference, you give them your contact info generally, and a lot of conferences will share some of that contact info with exhibitors and sponsors. And this last week there were some revelations that Affiliate Summit had shared some of their mailing addresses, not email, not phone number, just mailing addresses with exhibitors and sponsors. And it's a fairly common thing to do. All the big conferences, CES, Comdex, AdTech, Affiliate Summit, and quite a few smaller ones do share that contact info with sponsors and exhibitors. In fact, the one I'm going to next week, HostingCon, also shares it with sponsors and exhibitors. So it's not unheard of for them to do that. I think the thing to remember as a conference attendee to read those terms of service, and almost every one of these conferences has an opt-out box, a checkbox, before you pay or sign up that you can opt out of that stuff. You should also be aware that when you're at the conference, regardless of any conference, just about everyone I've been through to in the last 5 years has what they call lead tracking. So you get your badge and it's usually got a barcode on it, or some of them you take your card out and swipe it, and that gives that exhibitor specifically your contact info. So be aware of that when you get scanned, that they're going to get your contact info, and you necessarily don't know what they're going to do with that info. So you might want to quiz them. So
it created such a stir because people were so unaware, I think, of that. It was actually happening and out there, but...
Right. Or it was just some bloggers wanting to poke fun at some people he didn't understand. We've never given out info at PubCon, and I don't necessarily think we will in the future. The only thing we've ever shared is a few company names in bulk. So, of course, and then all the speakers are on the website as well. So, something to stay aware of because those lists do get passed around. Every conference we get the Affiliate Summit list. Somebody sends it to us, 3, 4, 5 different copies of it. We finally asked people to quit sending it to us. Same with the ad tech list. We even got some of CES's lists. So they do get passed around, handed around. So be aware of it.
Just don't want my address floating out there.
Right. On the other hand, some of it's good. If it's targeted, I want to hear from search vendors. I want to see what they're up to. So.
All right. Google. They rolled out a new updated look to their cache pages this week.
The so-called cached page, the Google republished version of a page, was updated. Went from the old nice logo up in the left-hand corner to a vanilla plain page.
It's very simple.
Yeah. Good and bad. Makes it easier to use, I think, from the user standpoint. We're back to that old love them as a user, hate them as a webmaster, or somewhere in between. It's cache page. I use it a lot as a user.
Hate 'em.
Oh. Yeah, I think we'll clip that part. As a webmaster, well, we hate relying on one source of traffic. Seriously, we hate relying on one source of traffic, and if that quote purse string gets cut, we're left high and dry. So it's tough to depend on anybody that way. And this Google cache page, as a user, I use it a lot.
Sure.
It cleans up a lot of crap on the internet. 404 pages, slow to respond websites. And it's nice to have that highlighted link, which is actually a browser function, not a page function. So, but as a webmaster, you don't want things sitting out there. If you ever have copyright issues, DMCA issues, scraper issues, you don't want your price lists out there that somebody can go look, hey, you raised your price, but look at what you were last month.
Oh, no.
So, it's happened several times.
That.
So, yeah, they updated the look, so go take a look at that. And also on Google Update this week, Matt Cutts announced on his blog, we started seeing it in midweek on WebmasterWorld that the toolbar page rank figures had started to get updated. As our good friend Mike Grian says, the green fairy dust gets sprinkled again, shaking around. Haven't seen a lot of hue and cry, not really.
Yeah.
And just
I
pretty
haven't
much
heard much.
Push, yeah. So watch for that.
So next week.
I'm headed up to HostingCon. Going to do a bunch of interviews up at HostingCon. Hope to be posting those on WebmasterWorld and on Search Engine World. Interviewing a lot of good speakers, some vendors. Might even try doing some Ustream live broadcasting from there. However, at conferences, the internet connection is always dicey at the internet conferences.
Yeah,
so
everyone on.
Who knows how good the Wi-Fi will be up there. But we'll be broadcasting from up there. Look for that on Search Engine World and Webmaster World.
Get some coverage. All right, and PubCon updates, you said that you had most of those sessions cranked out then.
We cranked out most of the sessions this week. They're all posted. All the speaking slots are all full. We're just waiting for a few names from the big search engines, from the big corporations to finish out the grid, and we should be good to go. Hopefully have her done by, drumroll, August 15th, so at last. So, and we'll be announcing our keynotes here within a couple of weeks too. So,
good.
Yeah. So.
And no more speaker proposals.
Right.
Brett is done.
we had over 350 proposals this year, so thank you. Hats off to those of you who proposed. We'll be sending around an email to those who didn't make it, so I appreciate it. So, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Thanks.